Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am your host, Shae Zombie, and I have the pleasure of being with the super awesome, amazingly talented Joseph King. Say hello, sir.
Stop. Hey, how's it going?
It's super awesome. So we're here because Slaughter Squad has finally gone live. Yay! I'm so excited.
Yeah, woo!
Woo! Oh. I was going to say, that's right. That's right. Break out the hat. That needs to happen. It's perfect.
Yeah, I just Googled cow hat, bull hat. This popped up on Etsy. So, yeah, I just had to get it.
That's phenomenal. I feel like you're going to need to wear that around everywhere you go anytime you talk about Slaughter Squad now. Like it's mandated.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get they do custom ones too. I just bought this one to make sure it was like quality, but I'm going to go back and order like a custom one with the eye patch and everything.
Nice. So you're actually going to get your main character made as a hat.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, so
maybe that could be like a reward.
Whoa, sorry, say that again.
I mean, I can maybe like start selling those.
Right? Gotta do with that Etsy girl. I'm assuming it's a girl. That was sexist. Guys can crochet.
No, it's you're completely right. It was a woman. fair assumption.
I mean, I can't crochet, but whatever. It's cool. Anyway, so let's go into your elevator pitch. Real quick before we do, I'm just going to address Brian, who is bringing up a valid point. Unfortunately, no, Cyborg is currently away. We are not sure how long she's going to be gone for. It's probably going to be several months, but she's actually going to get some medical procedures done and will not be able to stream for several months. So thank you for everyone who's been so supportive of her. We really appreciate it. And it's just me. And it's sad because I can't yell at someone and call them a bitch because that's bad form to do to your guests. Like,
yeah, it's a little different. Like, there's no
I know,
naked aggression on display.
There's just positivity. Oh, that's gonna get old. Yeah. It's okay. I promise Sai's coming back. All right, so let's go into your pitch.
Yeah, so Slaughter Squad is about a team of escaped livestock who are trying to take over the state of Texas, and they've got nothing to lose.
You're gonna take over Texas and have nothing to lose. I love the fact that you've got like some buxom chicken. I guess this is.
Oh, what's that?
the super busty chicken you got here with like two guys.
Oh, yeah. She's crazy and she's got Uzis.
That's hilarious. That is amazing. And then Daisy, of course, who I am particularly fond of for no particular reason whatsoever. No reason. All right, so before we get into all of that, you actually have a couple of videos on your campaign page, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to watch the animated prequel for starters, and then we'll go up and see your pitch video. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. All right.
Everybody loves the animation. Well, so they say.
Somewhere in Texas.
Oh, I think you have the audio turned off.
Oh, do I? Oh, no.
There's a box you have to hit when you do the share screen. It's in the.
Hold on one sec.
It's the StreamYard setting.
So that is the fun thing.
You have to like back out and share again. Yeah. It's very annoying.
We're going to see if this works. Try one more time. Good, bad.
Yeah, no sound. You actually have to like break you have to like undo the screen share and then redo it again.
Gotcha. This is super fun. See,
yeah, I do that every time.
I gave Sai about how easy this was. Let's do this again.
It should be on by default. This is StreamYard's bad. They're fucking up.
Right?
Why would you ever not want sound?
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. It legit doesn't give me an option to play sound.
Oh,
what the hell?
Are you doing application or screen share? Or
screen share.
Window? Because if you
screen share without the option for sound, that's fun.
Or you could do the tab, or you can do the whole window.
I know. I've got that. I've got it for the entire window, but there is the specific box. I know exactly what you're talking about to let you actually play audio, and for whatever reason, that is not on this. So you know,
try doing the tab share thing instead of sharing the application. Share the tab. Are you doing math? What's going on?
I'm making. You know what, Joe? Shut your pie hole, damn it! You were saying that there's no animosity. Guess what? Animosity everywhere now. Oh my gosh! Why must you be?
I believe in you. You can do it.
I don't. Somebody should believe in me because I sure as shit do not. We're gonna make this fucker happen. See, it's still not asking me if I want audio, which is like the dumbest thing ever. Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to play. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Very loud.
I don't hear anything. It's fine. I'll just narrate it. I'll make my own sound effects.
Right? This is really sad. I'm going to post the link to this because it's
you
badass.
Want to go back in there? Bull's got to do what a bull's got to do. Oh, he's all left up. Oh, poor Kilgore. Eat hotlet, suckers! Huh? What?
It's just the rip. Oh my gosh.
Blah, 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 blah. Mess with the bull, get the horns. So you can. What do you say there? Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? I'm 100% Psycho Beefcake. Think you can handle it, Susie? Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, asshole. Your horns are strong. That's what she said. Why would she say that? If people are tuning in, this is the weirdest stream ever.
No, not at all. We've had far worse streams than this.
Your mama would be proud. Mama.
Fucking tag on her ear.
Kilgore. You're dead meat.
Oh my gosh.
So much to go on. The show must go on.
Absolutely. So I apologize to everyone for the super fun issues I'm already having. And you know what? I don't even care. Shit happens. We're good. But
No, it was great.
I mean, like Situ said, it's exclusive sound effects by the creator. Like that's pretty epic. I don't know. I'm trying to put lipstick on a pig, which is hilarious considering the content of this comic. All right, let me get screen share back up so it's actually somewhat useful. I'm just gonna kind of go out on a limb and assume that we're probably not going to try and play the other video.
Nah, it's fine. It's
But
just kind of a recap, and then I just talk a little bit about the story and stuff.
so we'll just have you talk about the story live. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'll just do it. So it's Slaughter Squad. It's Daisy, Thunder Sparkle, Rosemary. Well, I should tell you what animal they are. So Daisy the cow, Rosemary the chicken, Thunder Sparkle the horse, and Willard the pig, and then Kilgore the bull is the leader.
That's awesome.
And they've all escaped from the farms. They made a team. They've got a secret base somewhere in Texas, and they're plotting to build an army and take over.
I really enjoy the sheer amount of just complete gore and blood and
Oh yeah,
like this is just brutal.
it's cartoonish levels of violence.
It really is. The absolute joy on these two faces as they just light people up is just amazing.
Oh yeah, they love what they do.
They absolutely do. They're quite happy with themselves, as you can tell. Oh, he loses his hat. So like the art right here, that's his branding, correct?
Yeah, I don't remember where it even came from. I randomly, like, I looked up some branding symbols like 10 years ago or something. I just slapped it on there. I don't even remember what. I didn't write it down or anything, so I
It's
don't know
just
what
some
anymore. It's just there.
random brand.
Because like
Oh
every
my
brand
goodness.
is supposed to be like a different farm or something. And
Yeah, it's usually whoever, and this is me showing my very small amount of country. My cousin used to live on a farm, so when they brand, it's kind of like their ranch logo.
right.
So, yeah, he's from some ranch called Ranch, is what I'm gonna say it is.
I might have written it down somewhere, but it's like I can leave little, like, that little plot hole isn't that important, and I can fill it in later. So if I want to make like a backstory about it, I can just do whatever. I have freedom.
I'm gonna need you to come up with the reason right this second as to why it's an R. I'm sorry, I can't move on. No, you're totally fine. This is one of my favorite scenes that you have, if you couldn't tell by it being my background.
Oh yeah.
Love that. Just I like seeing them flipping in the air.
The panel before, the guys drop their guns, start running off, and then Kilgore's like, he tells the rest, like, save your ammo, let me handle this. So he just decides to run them through instead of wasting bullets on them.
It's the faces
And then
they make as
the
they
moon
die.
there, that was the colorist. He added that in. Like there was no moon in the line art that I sent him. He just threw it in, and it was a good idea. Shout outs to Steve Cannon.
That's an absolutely awesome call. It really, because it gives you something to kind of focus on, and it's such a pretty moon. So the fact that it's like blood and visceral, like gore and everything, and it's like, oh, look at how pretty the moon is tonight.
And it was Steve's idea. Originally I was gonna have it in the day, and then he was like, how about we put it at set it at night, and then I could do some cool mood lighting. I was like, yeah, go for it, dude.
No, that's awesome. Just the one random cactus that's hanging out along this highway.
It's kind of a nod to like old cartoons. Like there's lots of little nods, references. And she's gonna say like, I was trying to do a thing where she's like kind of a reluctant soldier, so she'll like shoot somebody and apologize. Sorry.
Oh, did I get ya? Oh, so sorry.
No survivors. Sorry.
Environment friendly kill. Thank you, Sisu. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And
Well,
we commented on this before. Oh, go ahead.
No, she gave him lead poisoning.
That is like the worst joke ever. I'm so happy you made it. And we commented on this before. I love how you do the little X's over the eyes for them being dead. It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's just another like nod to old cartoons, old comics too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Did I tell you last time the line that he says here?
Can't remember. I don't remember, but go ahead and say it again.
So that's Thunder Sparkle the horse. He likes to make really bad dad jokes and stuff, and he says, "Carne asada, more like carnage asada." Am I right? And then Willard just rolls his eyes like, ugh.
So Willard is my man, is what you're saying.
Willard's the straight man. He's like the grown up in the room.
Oh, nice. So
well, he's like, you can see here, he's like Kilgore's right hand. He's literally his right hand man.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. And I love all the little details, like these poor animals, you can tell kind of like had a rough life up to this point. Like he's missing chunks out of his ear. Kilgore's missing an eye.
Yeah, I tried to give everyone like some kind of like horrific injury. I don't know if you can see there, but Thunder Sparkle, he's got a prosthetic leg.
I was just gonna say, didn't you give him like a bionic leg or some shit?
Yeah, he's got a bionic leg. You can kind of see it there. And he's gonna do cool stuff with it later.
I'm so concerned with that phrase. He's going to do cool stuff with his prosthetic leg later.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. You'll love it.
I'm sure I will. All right, so we've got. You know what? I gotta say. So this is your same colorist, right?
Actually, I did these colors.
You did these colors? So
yeah.
I really enjoy the overly like saturated, super bright background. I know for a lot of people it's kind of a bit much, but considering like your background with like animation and stuff like that, and then on top of that, the fact that you're kind of hitting this just amped up, slightly ridiculous, like animals doing all kinds of
slightly ridiculous.
Slightly. I'm trying.
Completely ridiculous.
Absolutely insane. Nothing of this is normal or logical. It is just completely off the charts. But I love the fact that you've done this like super, super bright kind of splash behind it. It makes it feel like exciting, I guess, is a good way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of like, I don't know, I usually make colors too bright and oversaturated, and I usually have to tone it down. But for the background, since his colors are kind of dark, it was kind of a nice contrast, I guess.
Yeah, well, and it's just funny because of the expression that he's got in his face and his eyes kind of bulging out and blood all over his horns. Like he's just out of his mind. And then you're just like, yeah, I'm going to do like a gigantic explosion look behind him because he's out of his damn mind. It's like, fitting.
Exactly. You get it. Yeah.
See? Same page. It's because I'm dressed as Daisy. That's why I understand it. And speaking of.
Great cosplay. This is your spirit animal?
She's my main girl. Look at her. You know what? I'm so sad. My friend actually has my knife, but I have a knife very similar to that.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh, if I would have had it, I totally could have been like rocking a little bit better of a Daisy.
Well, do you have a handgun though?
Not currently. Hopefully soon. Eventually nice. I will. You would think, like I'm military, you would think that I own a gun, but I do not yet.
Well, you better get them quick. I don't know what state you're in, but
I'm in a state that is difficult. Hence why I don't currently have one.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the worst. I'm in California, so.
Oh, you're never
Actually,
getting it good.
I think Virginia has it worse now. They
Do
just passed
they?
a bunch of laws.
Because I kind of feel like California has everything worse. Like,
Well,
you
Virginia
guys can't have
just,
straws.
yeah, we
You
can't
can't
have
be
straw.
trusted with a straw. Like, come on.
This is true. It's true. You know, you give us a straw, we just start murdering all the turtles.
Right? You just start stabbing people with it. Like, it's just Californians, man. Ruin everything. So, there's actually one part of this that I really wanted to kind of touch on because what you have here for the team, written and illustrated by yourself, a professional animator of 12 years. So these are things you've actually worked on, right?
Yeah,
Rick and Morty, Final Space,
yeah, yeah.
Brickleberry. So those three right there, I have watched a good amount of, and it's really kind of crazy to be talking to somebody who's actually worked on them. I haven't heard of Lab Zero Games or
Oh,
Harmon
yeah.
Quest.
They made Skullgirls, and they just came out with a new game called
Oh,
Indivisible.
Skullgirls is legit. I do love
Yeah,
that.
I didn't actually work on Skullgirls. I worked on their last game they put out, Indivisible, but it's like similar style. It looks a lot like that.
That is super awesome. Um, so I mean, good hell, you've been that's why your animation is so much fun. Is because you actually animate, so
Yeah, yeah.
a little bit what you're doing.
I'm I'm a professional animator, so that explains it.
That
uh,
absolutely does. And why you know what? I feel like you need to outsource that talent to a lot of the guys in the indie community and the CG community.
I've
I think
I've been in a lot of people's DMs talking about animating things, so
I
I'm
bet
working on it.
that is super awesome. And I think it'd be really cool for a lot of these different projects to kind of see little animated like short videos and stuff to try and get you into the world and get you into
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
everything with it, especially like one that comes to mind is Oddity. Oh my gosh, that would be
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
cool to have that animated. I
I
love the
agree.
guys at
Yeah,
Oddity.
yeah.
And
That one is
then
pretty well suited for animation. It's kind of cartoony already.
yeah, for sure. And then you have colors by Steve Cannon. So if you don't know who Steve Cannon is, worked on Monster MD and Still Cowboy. I'm gonna kill my dog. She's already starting. It has been 23 minutes, darling. I need you to just calm the hell down. Yeah. Hi. How you doing? Lay down.
Give her a shot of whiskey.
I wish. I actually had the vet encourage me and say that my dog has a particularly high level of anxiety and that I should consider medicinal marijuana for my dog,
Oh,
which is apparently a thing. I didn't know if you knew that, but you can get it's
I didn't
not
know it
even
was medicinal.
CBD
I thought people
oil.
just did it for fun.
No, like they legitimately, I could get a prescription of weed that is a low enough dosage that like it doesn't do anything to
Oh,
people, but it'll toke her the hell out and make her calm down.
wow, yeah.
I
Get
I just
her
I don't know.
stoned dog. Yeah.
Right.
Freaking stoner dog.
Oh my gosh, it would probably just bring her down to a normal level so she stops like nervous peeing in my hallway. She's such a jerk. Anyway, and then you also have Eric Weathers, who is not at all busy at anything. He and I were recently talking and had discussed about how unbusy Mr. Weathers is because it's not like he does anything at all in
Man,
Confiscate ever.
I DM'd him and I just said, "You're probably busy, so can you just like recommend somebody?" And he's like, "No, I'll do it."
He's like, I got it. He doesn't say no very often.
And I was
He's
like, "Really?" I was like, "You're doing everything? You don't you have the time?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll
he
do it."
the thing is, and I've actually, so the thing that I really like and admire a lot about Eric is that he's actually super super helpful too. Like I've been trying to kind of get into lettering and trying to work on it a bit more because I think that it's actually fun. Like I don't know why I like kerning. And if you don't know what that is,
Yeah,
that's the spaces in between the letters. I like messing with kerning and
yeah,
making it look great. It makes me happy. I'm
Wow.
I'm very weird, but I've messaged him a couple of times with some test pages that I'd done for other people and was like, "Hey, what do you think of this? Like, how garbage is it?" And he was like, "Well, so this is pretty good for a first time." I'm like, "Oh, that's never a good thing to hear."
You've
And he'll
been
go
gentle
through
with
and
it.
he gives all kinds of advice, and has been really super helpful. He's, told me when my spacing looked like shit, or if something was too difficult to read, or if I put too much into one bubble, or whatever. And he's always just been really, really helpful. So it's he's a very
Wow.
nice person, aside from being insanely busy and very, very successful within Comicsgate.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Yeah.
He is. All right, so before we go over any of the audience questions or anything, let's go ahead and bring this back up. Let's go over your perks that you got, because you got some pretty cool ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of the standard stuff. The featured one is what is that again? It's the comic, the pinup or the print, and then making of book.
Yep.
So the print is going to be like the same size as the book. It all fit together in the Gemini mailer. I'm not going to fold up the poster. That's stupid.
So
And then
the poster is going to be the same, like the same dimensions as the comic book.
it'll be the same size, the standard comic size or graphic novel size.
That's awesome. Okay. I like that, because I hate when people have them like folded in half. I understand, because trying to ship an actual like big poster is a pain in the ass, but it always pisses me off because it always creases, and then I'm like, but it was so perfect,
Yeah.
and now there's a line in the middle.
I'd rather have a
posters.
small one. I'd rather have the small one, or just pay extra to get it in the tube.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I don't want
And
this
then
crappy in between.
right. And then for 25, you get just a signed comic.
Yep. And there might be some like extra little freebies. I might throw some stickers or something in there.
Nice.
We'll see.
We'll see. Do you have stretch goals?
Yeah, but I'll talk about them later.
Okay.
Well, but one of them is I want to add a prologue where they go to PETA and like shoot it up. And I was talking to I was brainstorming some ideas with Adam AF.
I love him. I call him Angie, but yes, I love Angie's my man. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. So we were bouncing some ideas around. Well, he brought it up, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man. So we were like in the DMs, just throwing some ideas around. It was fun.
So, funny side story. I actually had a run-in with PETA when I was about 14.
Oh.
So I went to a junior high that had a McDonald's that was like down the block, and they used to donate a lot of money to our school, and they would donate it for like our computer lab and for like the keyboards for our typing class and stuff like that. Like they did a lot of stuff to kind of make our school better and make us get a better education. And so as a result, we had on our flagpole, we had the American flag, and then below it, we had a small flag for McDonald's because they were such a huge sponsor. So one
Corporate
day,
overlord.
one day PETA got upset, and they showed up at our school and tried to scale the flagpole to rip down the McDonald's sign, and said that they also donated a lot of food for like Fridays. We would have McDonald's burgers and stuff. And they were like, "You're forcing these children to eat meat, and it's wrong." My science teacher actually tasked us. He said, "If you guys can come up with thoughtful questions, not like bullshit ones, but like actual thoughtful, like, what is your motivation for doing this? What is it that you stand for? Why do you feel like we're all brainwashed? All that kind of stuff. I will take you out, and we will stand outside the doors, and you can ask PETA." And we were like, hell yes, they're insane. And so we're like writing up all these questions and we're like rushing out there all excited. And by the time we got out there, there were 3 of them left that were across the street. And there were 4 of them that were in a police car getting escorted off. And we were like, the cops already arrested them. Damn it. We had questions.
Nah, missed your chance.
And we did, but it was just hilarious. Like, they're insane. You definitely need to do
walk
something.
Into the PETA main office and
well,
give them a piece of your mind.
We had a couple of kids who were like, can we run down to McDonald's real quick? I need a double quarter pounder that I can throw at someone. It was like, no, you're not allowed to throw meat at PETA. That's not okay. Anyway, sorry, horrible tangent, but it just makes me laugh anytime someone talks about PETA being insane. And like, legitimately, like, they I think that one of the guys that climbed the flagpole like had a big Bowie knife or something like that on him, and so he got arrested not only for like disturbing the peace and tampering with like a public school and blah blah blah, but bringing a weapon onto school grounds was another thing that he got charged with.
Yeah, and he's brandishing the weapon.
Right. He was like, well, I was just going to cut down the side. Ugh, they're insane. Anyway, okay, so you can get the signed comic for $25. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Signed comic and a pinup for $30. That's a good deal.
Yeah, if you just want the pinup, and then there's the next tier is you just get the signed comic and the making of book. So the making of book is gonna have like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like all the stuff I developed over the like 10 years. So
oh wow.
So I made like a Flash game. That was like the first thing I did with Kilgore. I made this little beat 'em up, and I was gonna like take some of the frames of animation and turn it into like a sprite sheet so you can see all the animations from the game. I have like a pitch book that I was taking around town. I was trying to sell it as a TV show like 6 years ago.
That's awesome.
And then I have like a bunch of like production art, like turnarounds and all kinds of stuff.
That's really cool. So that's actually, I like when people do making ofs, but it's always kind of a gamble because everybody has such a different process, and some people's making of is like, oh, I did like 3 full sketches and then went, yep, I'm turning this into a book, and then it became a book. And they end up filling it with either pinups or fan art or something like that, or walkthroughs of the story. But the things that I find really interesting where people are showing storyboards or they're showing like what you were just talking about, it started as like a game, and I tried to do a movie, and I tried to do a TV show, and I tried to do like all of these other things and merchandise, and now what I've got is this like badass comic, and this is what I'm doing. You know, and it's kind of cool to see how everything progressed through.
I just had to dig through my hard drive and find it all.
That is going to be fun. I am sure. I'm sure that you're very much going to enjoy doing all of that if your hard drive is anything like mine.
It's going to be fun.
I bet.
But it must be done.
For the fans.
For the fans.
All right. So the next one you have is the full package plus a sketch.
Oh, yeah. So the full package is just 3 copies of everything. So 3 books, 3 pinups, and 3 making of books.
And you get a hand-drawn sketch from
that too.
Ooh. I was going to say that is also a little bit of a big selling point there, Mr. King.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
I mean, kind of, whatever. It's fine.
I don't want to toot my own horn.
So I do have a question.
No, I'm tooting my own horn. Yeah, it is a big deal.
Damn straight. Be proud of that shit. Holy hell. Yeah. So you say hand-drawn sketch. So does that mean that every one of these is going to be different, or are you doing one hand-drawn sketch that's kind of the same thing? Just over?
I don't know. I'll probably get bored of drawing the same thing over and over again, so I might switch it up. Let's
nice.
See how it goes. I'm leaving it open. I don't want to get too specific, right? I don't want to get pinned down on anything.
Right. No, that's
you get a nice little drawing.
That's awesome. All right, and then for $500, Holy
Yeah,
cow.
this one shit gets real.
this is when everything happens. So for this, you get to be in the comic, which is always super awesome. Plus, you get 4 of everything.
Yeah. So you can so this one it's like it's gonna reveal if you're a sadist or a masochist. So do you want to be murdering or do you want to be murdered? do
I
you want to
love
get
it.
do you want to be one of the guards who gets killed, or do you want to be one of the crazed animals with the machine gun?
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That's actually a pretty cool perk. I feel like that'd be really fun. Okay, so we have gone over your tiers. We have looked at your super awesome art. We have talked about a little bit about where it came from and the ideas behind it, which is always very interesting. Before we get into whatever stretch goals you have, I just want to remind the chat, if you have any questions you would like to ask Joe, please put them into the chat, and so we can go through and hit some of those questions for y'all. But let's go ahead and talk about what you're planning on doing for your stretch goals.
Oh, sure. So I kind of talked about the prologue thing. That's going to be like an extra 12 pages.
That's awesome.
And then the other one was cards. I'm going to do trading cards.
Oh, okay. So are you going to do, is it just going to be one or is it going to be a couple?
It'll be like a little pack. Like I want to, if I'm going to do it, I want to do like a set and, make you want to actually trade cards. Like have a couple
Nice.
different sets.
Very cool. So you have a fixed goal of $10,000 and you are currently at 570, which is abysmal, but you did just launch. So I guess we can let it slide
all
for
right.
now.
The thing with the funding goal, like I think I messed up. I miscalculated a few numbers, and I was like, I might have to like relaunch this thing with a lower goal, because I was talking to a few guys and yeah, Adam. So when I launched it on Wanger's stream, and then Adam was like, "Oh yeah, that looks good," and he's like, "Wait, did you hit launch already?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So the fixed goals are it's so tricky because you have to make sure that you get a goal that you legitimately can produce everything that you want to produce at. But if you go too high, then you risk not getting funding. And if you don't go for a fixed goal and you go for a flex goal, you risk having, $100 and having $300 worth of stuff that you got to print for like those 4 or 5 backers that you have.
Well, and the other thing was like you can put it like really low, so you can just hit it right away and then get featured, and the algorithm will kind of help you out more. And,
yeah, but you also got to be careful because we've had some people who've hit it really, really low, and then they don't hit what they actually need, and so then they're coming out of pocket. We've had people who have taken out loans or maxed out credit cards to try and make their dreams happen.
Yeah.
And there's better ways to do it than that. That's not the best way to handle trying to get your comic funded, is going into massive amounts of debt.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. There is a method to the madness. So yeah, I'm probably going to reevaluate the numbers, and I might relaunch like really, I don't know, next week or something. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I almost feel like maybe let this ride for a little bit and kind of work out all of your kinks. And so after your 26 days is up, after you've kind of done everything that you would normally do on a project, see how it goes and see where your pitfalls were, because it's kind of a free pass. And then turn around after a week or two and relaunch and fix all of those pitfalls, fix all of the little things that didn't quite work out like you were hoping, and things that you hear from the fans. So if you got people that are saying, I think it'd be really good if you offered this, and it's something that you plausibly could do. But I think that would probably, because that gives you this like free look right now.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. And who knows,
We
maybe
keep
I'll hit the
talking.
10K.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is also don't count yourself out after 4 days. Like,
Yeah, it's man, it's running a campaign is so like insane. Like,
yeah,
it just I go from thinking, oh my God, what am I doing to I could do it, I could do it. Just emotional roller coaster.
yeah, absolutely. And honestly, I think that if you push really hard, especially with like the animation that you got and how fun and ridiculous this entire project is, it is possible for you to hit that 10K. It's just a matter of, are you going to get in front of the right audience, or how hard are you going to push for it? What kind of things are you willing to do to try and help make this a successful campaign? So I wouldn't count yourself out just yet, especially it literally is 26 days left, and
Yeah, all right.
that's without if you decided to extend or anything. 10K can be difficult to get to, um,
Hmm.
but I say give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, then you can always everything will get automatically refunded off of Indiegogo, because that's what it does if you don't hit your goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Give you a
Basically, I got
couple of
nothing to lose.
weeks, right? Give yourself a couple of weeks to reset and then launch again. And you'll have a much better idea of what you actually need in order to fund, what you can realistically hit. Um, and people love seeing somebody, if you fail your first campaign, and this is something that's kind of out there for everybody, because Cy and I have worked on a ton of different campaigns to try and help people out and help get them set up. Failing your first campaign, the only time that really bites you in the butt is if you call that the end. If you fail on that first campaign and then you fight tooth and nail and you improve on things and you make it stronger and you make it more what your audience is looking for, and something that's maybe more realistic to what you can actually do, because your delusions of grandeur about what your project's going to be are
Mm.
gone now. You've been humbled a little bit. But showing that you're not going to count yourself down and out, people rally behind that, because that's what Comicsgate and that's what indie comics are really kind of about, is people making their own and working really hard to get where they need to be.
I feel like we need to play some like Rocky music behind that speech because I'm
Yes.
pumped. I'm pumped up.
Good.
Oh, let's do it.
Well, that goes for really honestly anybody who's trying to do anything with their campaigns or anything like that. If you have questions, there are people who are willing to help. There's something like Cy and I used to do this as a business. This is something that we actually used to do for people. And for one reason or another, we ended up having to stop, but it doesn't mean that the advice is gone. Like, I'm still here, even with her being absent. I'm still here and more than happy to help people. If you are launching your first campaign and not really sure where to go, definitely hit me up and we'll have a conversation. I actually have somebody I'm going to be talking to later today about that. So
Awesome.
don't count yourself out yet, Joe. You still got time.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
And you're
right.
doing a great service for the community, for other like indie creators. It's awesome what you're doing.
I have fun doing this. This is enjoyable for me, and I like helping people. So if whatever I've got locked up in my head can actually be of some use to somebody else who can use it to turn around and make money, then awesome. Let's do it.
God bless you.
All right. So we do have a couple of questions. So Situ wants to know, are you considering doing PDFs at all?
Yeah, I got a few people asking about PDFs, and I understand like international shipping is a pain in the ass, and some people outside of the U.S. would just be easier to get a PDF. So yeah, I was really close to making that a tier. I might end up doing that.
It's always something that you can definitely add later. The only real issue that I've heard with PDFs is making sure that it doesn't end up pirated out. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like your stuff's gonna get pirated. Like
yeah,
if they
like
want
the
to.
piracy thing. I don't really care actually. I don't know. It's just like it seems like a boomer thing to worry about piracy.
I mean, I understand from the perspective of, I don't want everything that I work so hard for to just end up out there for free for everyone, and then I never
I
end up
mean,
getting any of that profit. But at the same time, if it's being pirated, then at least people are reading it.
well, if you get like home scanners are so nice. You can get almost like a perfect scan if you buy the book anyway. So
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the app Cam Scanner, but it literally uses your phone. Um, and all you do is take pictures and it'll like flatten it out and put it into a PDF. So
oh
and
wow, no, I
it's
haven't heard
good
that one.
enough that I used it for my house refi. So I'm just saying, I feel like it's
Yeah,
probably
I'll
going to do a
probably
pretty
end
good
up
job.
adding that PDF tier.
That's super cool, especially because, you know, what he had just recently said. So being from Poland, $20 to $25 in shipping is not exactly a fun thing to have to pay for.
I hear you. I hear you.
And then
I'm
we
gonna
had
take care of
from
you, man.
see, and this is what I mean is you get on these shows and you start talking to people who really want to know more about your project or back it or be a part of it, and you start to hear what it is that they want. Like, we would love to have PDF
Yeah.
versions. Oh, fantastic. You know what? I was thinking about it and I was on the fence, but now that I hear you say it, okay. Like, I totally understand that. And it's cool to hear you say that you're taking that into consideration just instantly with somebody saying something like that, like, okay, let me look into it, let's see if that's a possibility or not. That's
Oh
super
yeah, it's more
awesome.
than a possibility. I was already, because yeah, a few people were. I got a few comments, so you just pushed me over the edge.
See,
Oh, thanks,
perfect.
Vinny.
We love Vinny. Thank you very much, Vinny. And Scarlet Crusader was asking if you do end up relaunching, which I think I might have talked you out of abandoning this campaign so quickly. Um, if if you ever back a campaign that has a fixed goal and it doesn't meet its goal, Indiegogo will refund you because the creator doesn't actually get your money until they hit that goal and the campaign ends. And then it
Yeah,
takes a
no
couple
worries.
weeks. So
So either it succeeds and you get your book, or you get your money back.
yep, absolutely. And it's that goes for any project. It's you're never going to be relying on the creator unless they've hit their goal and you've requested a refund. That's the only time that you would be relying on them to actually pay you back. And even then, if they decided that they didn't want to, there's always a chance you could open up an incident ticket with Indiegogo. But I mean, most of the people that you're backing are probably going to be pretty upstanding individuals, and if they're on this show, they definitely are. Otherwise, they ain't coming on my show because I can do that. Awesome. Well, honestly, I feel like we really did a pretty decent job covering everything with your campaign. There's a lot going on here. Did you have any last little bits that you wanted to kind of throw out there, or
Yeah, I think we
final
covered it
thoughts?
all. I mean, just figure out how to get the sound working next time.
I know. Gosh, this stupid. I was so pissed off too because it makes no
No,
sense.
I think it worked out better without the sound. That was fun.
To be honest, having you just interjecting, and the best part is for all of you who either came late or who weren't me, I could hear the actual audio, and it would be about a second later that I would hear Joe say the exact same line that was in my ears. So he knows his video very, very well.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
I did the voices myself on that.
I was thinking it sounded a little too good for you to have not done the voices, but I wasn't going to make that assumption publicly.
It was me. I'm not. I'm kind of a voice actor, but I have a very limited range. I can only do like 80s action voices.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
I can do Arnold and I can do Stallone. That's about it.
All right. So, honestly, I feel like if we don't have any other questions, last little parting shot for the chat. If you have a question, you got about 10 seconds to get it in there. Otherwise, I think we're probably going to end the stream. But I feel like we did at least some justice, and it was enough of a shit show to hit Red Valkyrie shit show standards. So there's that. At least I'm maintaining that part of of our format is that we are
The
the best shit
legacy.
show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So there's 26 days left on the current campaign. We're at 5% of the fixed goal, and that definitely needs to change. The book looks fun as hell. The colors are awesome. The characters are hilarious. It's just enough of a complete insanity show, I think, for it to be like the perfect amount of fun without just being, this is just too ridiculous, I can't even read it. Like it's the perfect balance.
If you want a 1,000-pound gore fest, Slaughter Squad is for you.
Absolutely. Great plug. All right, so as always, we want you to please go and back Slaughter Squad on Indiegogo. The links are in the chat. They are also in the description on YouTube. And please like, share, and subscribe to our little YouTube channel here. We are getting closer every day to getting up to our goal of 1,000 or 1,000 subs. We're at 610 right now, which was awesome. Got a couple from yesterday's
hit those
stream.
buttons. Support these awesome people.
And make sure that you share this video out, and so people can hear the super awesome sound effects when audio doesn't work from Joe, the man himself, because that was hilarious. Yeah. And thank you so much, Joe, for coming on. I know that this is kind of a little bit of a weird shuffle with everything that's recently happened, but I appreciate having you here. It's been a blast.
Oh, you did a great job. This was like that was perfect. Yeah.
Thanks. At least I got the right views for 90% of what I was doing as opposed to yesterday. And as always, thank you guys so much in the chat for coming out. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I say we wrap this up. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.
Peace.
Oh.